Ever.
I'm ready. Just waiting for it to
Uh,
say hello, hello, hello. So little confessional time. In my tribe, the person in the Meet Me videos who I clicked with, but also thought they were like had some little brains up in the head was Lucy. So I'm like, okay, let me quickly get to know Lucy because I would rather get to know her if she is a smart player and if so work with Lucy. I would rather do that than like a bunch of I don't know floaters or people that you know just aren't it. So I call Lucy. Lucy almost immediately bonds with me and it like suspiciously quick. um and she's like, "Oh my god, let's be a duo. Let's like call and like crunch the numbers." And I'm like, "I'm down. I'm down. I'm down for this little duo." And she's like, if I find an idol, it's gonna be our idol. Speaking of idols and advantages, I did find the Deal with the Devil advantage, which is basically a legacy advantage, but with a different name. But we stand so hard. Um, I'm very excited. I know of about five people in this game. I know Liam, Bessie with a Tessie, Icon of Life, Kevin, Mike, Josh, and Brian. I've played with Brian for two other orgs. I don't play a whole lot of orgs, so me and Brian are just like always crossing paths. Unfortunately, Brian does know that me and Liam are like besties, which is a disadvantage. Which is the which is what happened last time I played with Brian because Liam was also in that. And this is the second game I've played with Liam. Um, we love we love Sneaky Brian, Stan Sneaky Brian. Um, what else can I say? I'm excited for this challenge. Haven't started. I just want to quickly get to know the cast a bit more. Well, at least my tribe, and form some really early good bonds. Because if we are to lose the first challenge, I don't want a single person saying my name. Get my name out of your mouth. Slaps. Just kidding. I'm not a physical. I'm not going to do anything like that. Um, but like, yeah, I've tried to call people. I try to hit them up like, hey, do you want to call if you're free? And they just don't read the message. I'm like, okay, like, sure, go have a life. Just kidding. But no, Lucy is telling me everything. I think Lucy's a little excited to say the least. So I feel like when Lucy's kind of like up in the air, like what, like talking a lot, I've got to like kind of like reel Lucy in. I'm gonna act as a rock. I'm gonna act not like a mentor, but like a partnership. Will it last forever? Time will tell. We could be an iconic duo from day one. We may not. It just depends on how the game goes and adapt accordingly. Um, I think that might be it. If anyone else wants to ask me any questions, you can do so. Oh, also Matthew's weird, but it's fine.
Who would you want to be first boot from your tribe if you could pick someone?
Hmm. Okay. I feel like the easiest answer would either be Aston or Matthew. Um, although Matthew does seem like they will like help a lot in challenges, and I was talking to Aston, and Aston was talking about them having like a really sore arm, which sucks to hear. Um, strategically, Brian, straight off the bat, Brian, love Brian, but the more time that Brian has in this game is scary. I know that Brian is also close with Josh on the other tribe. Josh is also close with Aaron. So to cut Brian means that Josh will be more likely to be closer to me if we were to swap or merge together. Also, that does mean I would like to get rid of Aaron as well, so then Josh can be closer to me. I would say strategically Brian, but it's the first vote. It's kind of you don't want to like making waves too soon. Just vibe, It's just good vibes. Any other questions?
Deceased. I have a few questions. First things first. Who, out of first impressions, who would you say you would gravitate to working with, like your top three, and then a bottom three that you would see targeting?
Based on pre-existing relationships, I would like to have Mike. I don't know a whole lot about how Mike thinks, so this org will show me how Mike thinks. Um, I do know Mike has some other connections, which I will take note of. I would like to work with Mike. I would work a lot with Lucy. Lucy seems like me and her are just like it. I'm like, period. I love that. We have a little duo called the Queens of Hell, which is adorable and it's cute and um I would
Come
say
on, Missy
Mike.
throwback.
What's that? I'm not
Come
replacing
on, Missy
Missy.
throwback.
I'm not I'm not replacing Missy. Stand Missy with all my heart. Okay. Lucy, Mike. Also love both their cast photos. Really cool. Bottom three, I would immediately say Matthew, and then maybe Aston. I don't know, and then who are the other two? Oh, the straight guy with the wife, Brett. Literally my older brother's name. That's so weird. I would also say that I was also put him up there, which means Madison Brown will be in the bottom three. I can't remember how many people on the tribe. 8, which means someone's going to be in the
There's
middle.
9,
Oh my God.
9 including yourself.
Okay, so 8 others. I would say, well, Brett and Lucy because they at least want to talk, unlike others. Zachary, I'd put on the bottom. Haven't really talked to him. I'd say Aston and Matthew. They're probably the bottom 3. Brian's in the middle. Mike, yeah, being Mike being Lucy. Madison doesn't really haven't talked to. Not being Brett. You get it. I'm pretty sure I've made a rough enough prediction or tier list of the cast. I don't know much about Madison. She doesn't really talk to me. That being said, it's only been like what 2-3 hours of the game, but still, first impressions are everything, and currently my first impression is filler. So I want to get to know her more before I make a more conclusive impression and read on Medicine. But right now, Stan Lucy. Brett's cool, I guess. He's cool. And yeah. Is there any other questions?
Yes. Last question I have is, so obviously we released the first immunity challenge, which is a scavenger hunt. Scavenger hunts are thoroughly low key, more laid back. What's your strategy going into this round? Like, are you looking to throw the challenge,
No.
or are you more prioritizing your social bonds with people? Because obviously, like, scavenger hunts aren't like more high maintenance. They're just,
Yeah.
if I could do this, I'll do it.
Yeah,
What's your
so
priority
with
for
the
this round?
scavenger hunt, I am gonna try my hardest to win. Going to first tribal council is ugly, and when I first started playing orgs, every time I played, we would always go to tribal council first. So don't really want to do that. I want to be a girl boss and get a lot of points for my team. I haven't even looked at the challenge. I haven't even looked at the spreadsheet. Oops. I do really want to prioritize with the connections. It's so important. Even if it's not strategic bonds, if it's just getting to know them, then if we are going to tribal council, they're going to think, well, I kind of like Mac. I don't want to see him go. So if I have that if I do that with every single person, no one will want me out. And by that point, I will have put myself like in a good spot in the tribe. And I do know that not Missy. Oh my God, Lucy. Ah, it's starting already. Lucy wants to form an alliance, and I am kind of like, whoa, 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 be careful. If you do that too soon, and the alliance leaks, so we go to calm down, get to know people, feel the vibes. Which vibes go well together? Let's form a group. Yeah. Period. And that's on what? Period. I think that's
Okay.
all the. I think that's everything. Jeremy, if you have any other little questions or comments you'd like to make, but I'm pretty sure that's it. I will continue eating my
I do have
skinny.
one more question.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, like watching the Meet Me videos, you've noticed that like a high portion of this cast are newbies.
Hmm.
How like dynamic wise, how do you like where do you think you would stand with a lot of these people? Because you're more experienced than like than half of the cast.
Yeah.
Are you
Um.
someone like are you someone that you would just be like a coach to them, or like you're gonna like let them dig
Yeah.
a hole for themselves?
Well, I feel like some of them already are. Pretty sure Matthew's new. Every time I talk to Matthew, the conversation is just interesting. Like they just say like whatever. They just say the most interesting comments, to say the least. So, with other people, I would love to get to know them, have them as like a little mentor, be like a little mentor. Oh my God, like I'm a teacher. Ugh. But just get to know people. Newbies are great because they will be scared, helpless little animals that I can collect and build a little like floater army with. Yay! But it's not never a bad thing to have good relationships and bonds with your tribe members. Also,
Okay.
you see with the Meet Me video, you mentioned the Meet Me video and how the the dynamics of everything. I don't expect pre-existing relationships to take a very big impact, especially on my part. The only person that probably would is Liam, just because I care a lot about Liam. Liam has a special place in my heart. One of my first really good friends that I've made on the interwebs. So I will probably want to work with Liam moving forward, but obviously I can't even message them, so they have to survive. I'll be fine. I'm not going anywhere, and I'll make sure of that. So, yeah.
All right. Last question is coming from the VL. Well, it's not necessarily a question. It's coming from Lyndon. Lyndon says, they love you.
Oh, I love Lyndon so much. I love Lyndon. Icon. Just like whenever I think of Lyndon, it's only good thoughts, only the best things. I love Lyndon. I know.
Okay. And that's it, unless Jeremy has anything else they want to add. Nope. Okay.
Jeremy said, who are you again? I'm just
All
kidding.
right. Let me stop the recording.